Have you ever stopped to really think about the things you believe, not because you looked into them, but just because you were taught them when you were very young?
You know, it's something most of us have in common. There's a certain picture of our world that we accepted, probably long before we ever thought to question it.
I mean, think back to when we were children. We were all shown a model.
A globe.
Spinning around.
Floating all alone in space. And that image, well, it was given to us as a fact. And because we saw it so early and so often, that model became incredibly familiar. It was always presented so clearly and with such confidence. And when something is learned that early, it just becomes a part of how we see things. It becomes familiar. And that deep sense of familiarity, it really feels like truth, doesn't it? It's a comfortable, settled feeling inside.
But it's worth taking a moment to ask, what's the real difference between something that's just familiar and something that we've truly examined for ourselves?
Because, you see, familiarity isn't quite the same as examination. One is about accepting something without much thought, while the other is about actively looking for understanding. And this brings us right to the heart of why a certain book was written. This book, Flat Earth Uncovered, 100 Questions That Challenge the Round Earth, it really exists for one single reason: to simply revisit what was accepted without question.
The whole approach is meant to be a calm, gentle invitation.
It's not about rushing to a conclusion, and it's definitely not about pressuring anyone to believe one way or another. It's about calmly asking, what if you just took a second look at what you were taught? And, this is a principle with deep roots. Even Scripture encourages us to test and examine what we hear, not to just ignore it, but also not to blindly accept it either. Thinking about all this, it leads us to a much bigger and really personal question. So here is the final thought. What beliefs have you carried with you your whole life simply because you learned them early on? This book is available now on Amazon. Just search for the title, Flat Earth Uncovered, 100 Questions That Challenge the Round Earth. It's written by Sue West.
Observation matters, reflection matters, and truth invites careful attention. This book helps you take that step with confidence. Click the link to get your copy of Flat Earth Uncovered, 100 Questions That Challenge the Round Earth by Sue B. West.